Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to copy this. Okay, I want to go ahead and start it on the latest potential, little bit by little bit, of course. Let me go ahead and go to a couple of things here. Okay, I want to go ahead and present my screen to everyone and go ahead and show you what's going on. I'm from the Tennessee Storm Watch and from Chattanooga Weather Desk. It's great to have you all along on this Monday morning. Current time is 1:46, and we are approaching now Monday morning hours. And as we're already in the morning hours, we're already starting to see winter weather develop across the. Show some detailed information that we've got going on here. I've been having a lot of comments about possible confusion that's going on with some of the forecasts that's being posted. Folks, there are a lot of medias out there that are saying something much different, anywhere from less amounts to snow to higher amounts of snow. But as you can see right here on the radar, I don't think this really looks light to me. It looks like it's a very heavy snow potential. As I was talking to my wife a few minutes ago, I can only do so much to update people and let them know what's going on. But here's a look at what's going on with the regional radar right now. Snow is currently moving into West Tennessee over the Tennessee River there, and currently moves on in. There's already reports of some heavy sleet moving in through Henry County, Tennessee. I've got reports of heavy sleet going through the Henry County area. And as this area of precipitation draws its way eastward, it looks like we are going to see this change into all sleet as we go into the overnight hours. So we're definitely going to watch this real close, because as the winter weather moves on in, not only will we be dealing with some freezing rain and sleet for much of the morning, keep in mind that snow may also mix in. So it's a really good idea to have your flashlights ready just in case your power goes out. Make sure you have a battery operated, and always make sure that you are very prepared just in case something does come up. I want to switch sources now and go to my satellite imagery. This is kind of showing kind of the cloud details, the moisture details, if you will. They always say the higher the cloud tops, that's where the most moisture content is. And as you can see here across Middle Tennessee, thicker clouds are moving in. The thinner clouds kind of thicken up a little bit over portions of the Tennessee Valley, with a little bit of moisture increasing right near Knoxville and into the Tri-Cities. But all that's just loosely. I'm talking about this area right here. The main concentration appears to be joining together along west into northwest Tennessee, and it's making its way eastward. So again, not very far from now of receiving that winter weather as we go into the late morning hours and into the daytime today. All right, now I want to switch sources and kind of go into some detail with the Weather Prediction Center. I also monitor this area for further information, anything that I can pick up and pick along. Now, let me show you something interesting here. The freezing rain and the freezing level is showing it to be around the south parts of Tennessee, while notice the very heavier snow appears to be moving into West Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, and stay just north of I-40. But look what happens as I put for uh, this afternoon. Bam! Every is almost covered with some sort of winter precipitation. If it's not in the form of freezing rain or sleet, it's in the form of snow. And as you can see here, this map shows snow anywhere from West Virginia to Virginia, North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee. All of the northeast areas could see this as we go. Now, this is going into the afternoon hours for today, as you can see, the 16th there. Now, as we move on into Wednesday or Thursday, that system will still linger around just for Tuesday as well. So we're not just about Monday. We're not just talking about today, but we're about Tuesday. Notice how it's going to stick around. Then we have another developing storm system. This looks to be affecting us a little bit later on, and so we're going to have to watch that closely, as it does appear the cold air is going to stick around for quite some time. Now, on to some bigger and important things right now. I want to show you what I've got currently at this time from the 12 run NAM here. I want to go ahead and click into this. This is the GFS run, and then I'm going to switch on to the NAM run a little bit here in a few minutes. Again, here's the winter weather scenario for the week that's coming up, but let me go ahead and rewind here. There you see that storm system moving in. Now, everything appears to be showing as rain, but that again depends on how cold the temperatures are and just exactly how much of that's going to fall either as rain, freezing rain, sleet, or snow. I do believe this. I do think that much of these southern areas of Tennessee will be in the form of freezing, and of course will be in the form of some sleet along with a little bit of snow. Now, further north, around northeast Tennessee, there, I think all of it's going to remain nothing but a positive rain, sleet, or snow event, which means northeast Tennessee, the Tennessee border, Tennessee-Kentucky line there could see the heavier snowfall totals as we work our way in through Tuesday night. Now let me go into the NAM models for the NAM half here, showing exactly what is expected as well. And I did receive quite a few reports of snow on the Chattanooga weather desk with already sleeting across Henry County. And let me go ahead and play this real quick. This is the latest weather model for the NAM runs. As we can see here on the NAM runs, the low pressure system, it picks on up. And if I can kind of notice as it moves, it kind of shows it in the form of a little bit of rain. But notice what happens as it moves east. It's all pretty well going to stay and remain freezing rain and rain, even though it's showing it to be in the form of showers. Some of the showers heavy at times. I really do think that narrow band as a freezing rain even through Tuesday. So I'm not going to let that run trick me. As northeast Tennessee, look, you're going to be in the form of seeing all nothing but snow. Some of that snow can be heavy at times. So please be ready as this system does occur. Now, what I am looking for is that this will not remain on track. What I'm saying is either the amounts may drop a little bit far south and remain over northeast Tennessee, but the heavier stuff start coming from into the plateau and on down into the valley, while it does appear that the rainfall amounts are going to stay a bit more south. So that's what I really do think, in my opinion, will be throughout the day today. Now, once again, in a winter storm, what you want to do is have yourself ready and prepared. Make sure that you are prepared and well known to fight up against whatever may happen within and around the surrounding area. Now, I do want to show you a couple of graphics from the Morristown National Weather Service. This is a winter storm warning. Everyone that's in the pink here, let me zoom on down so I can show you. This is a winter storm warning, and this includes Hamilton County, Bradley County, Monroe County, Blount County, all the way on up into northeast Tennessee. Winter storm warnings covering all of East Tennessee, including Kentucky. So if you're in these areas, you need to pay attention. Don't make light of it as though the models are showing that most of this is rain and most of it's going to kind of turn into rain. Do not let that fool you, as it does appear that freezing rain, sleet, or either some snow could be on its way. Now, speaking of weather, there's a winter weather advisory that is issued just west of I-24. So if you're along I-24 southwest and maybe down to Atlanta, Georgia, that's where there's a winter weather advisory. And still yet, we could definitely be looking at some travel problems. Now, here's some amounts that I do want to show you. Anywhere from a trace to a quarter, even though it looks like there's going to be some heavier precipitations here on the ice accumulations for the Monday and Monday night time frame. It looks like anywhere from a 3/4 to a 1/2 inch of ice accumulations. It's possible anywhere from the Chattanooga area west. Now, this is kind of vice versa from the National Weather Service in Morristown, Tennessee. Around the valley areas, the Cumberland Plateau, we're looking anywhere between a trace of ice all the way up to maybe 1/10 of an inch, and then it looks like that ice accumulation starts to lessen as it gets to Tennessee. What this is saying, you want to pick out where the snow band covering northeast Tennessee, Kentucky, while the colder, icier stuff remain well off to the south. So be very prepared for that, as the National Weather Service has issued a storm warning. That does mean conditions are imminent or occurring for winter weather. Here's the latest amounts for the winter storm potential. As you can see here, the latest amounts that are showing live right now on my broadcast. Looks like anywhere from 4 maybe up to 10 inches as closest to the Virginia border. We're looking at maybe up to near a bit more snow up through the Kentucky area, anywhere from Monticello to Corbin, Somerset, and right on up in through Pikeville, Kentucky. Looking like a messy, snowy situation. But the more south you go, that's where you're going to run into a little bit more less snow. We're talking anywhere from trace amounts to possibly 1 to 2 inches being likely. So be prepared and be weather aware that this system could make a change at any given point. Either amounts may move a bit northward, or either amounts may move a bit southward. This winter storm does still have some uncertainty, even though it's developing right on the task of a warm infection. It still does have the task of becoming possibly mixed in with a lot more snow. So we're going to keep an eye on this closely and see what goes on. Here's 50 tips for you. Stay inside. Do not travel unless it's absolutely necessary. We all know that to be for a fact. If you must travel, keep your gas tank full. Try not to travel alone and let someone else know your travel plans. Have an emergency kit prepared with items that include blankets and sleeping bags, flashlight and batteries, first aid kits, extra clothing, extra food and water, candles, matches, shovel, ice scraper, brush tool, and booster cables. So that's one thing that you do need to know, is make sure you're well prepared. Make sure that exactly You know exactly what your plans are just in case this winter storm does happen. Now, there is a winter storm warning. I have seen warnings issued before and things go to a total bust. But in this case, in point, we have a lot of cold air in place starting to move its way through and throughout the region of Tennessee. And so what we want to do is keep an eye on that and let you further. Another interesting thing I want to show you, this model is usually right on track up to the snowfall, what it's showing here. The thing that really interests me is that this has never changed. Look at this. What it's showing now is up to, let's see, anywhere up to around 8+ inches of snow across Kentucky. Now, as we go into Tuesday night, this is by Tuesday night. Look at these amounts. Impressive. 8+ inches. Now, it's got a little minus sign there, or a little alligator mouth. See that little alligator mouth? What that means is plus inches. So anyone around northeast Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, dealing with some heavy impacts of snow, while it does a little bit of the moderate amounts, maybe in the valley, we're talking anywhere from 6 inches of snow, 1 to 4, anywhere from the valley to the Cumberland Plateau. So that's how it's looking right now. As we go into the next several days beyond this point, as you can see, the snow amounts will start lifting northeastward. I do think, my good friend, a little bit more snow on early Wednesday morning before finally in and we start to see some clearing conditions. Remember the system I did tell you about right here that was over in the northwest you seen earlier? There's a part of that. Now look what happens with this. This system is going to be interesting to watch. This actually could affect northeast Tennessee, all of Tennessee, and as you can see, 2 to 4 inches could be possible. So that's another storm that we're definitely going to watch. Once again, a winter storm effect for Hamilton County, Bradley County, and Cleveland. You may want to watch out. It's all of Tennessee, as currently there is a winter storm warning in effect. Now, what this means is be prepared for everything that you need. Make sure that you're ready to go for this from whenever the winter storm does. Now, let me that things could change also on hand as the storm does move in. Make sure you're prepared. Know what your plans are just in case the storm does move in. So with that being said, let me go ahead and go back to my weather tap models or my weather tap radar and kind of give you another, or excuse me, a bit more idea and continue to track this system. Now, I did get a report from Paul Baker. And Paul, thank you so much for your reports. They're helping out tremendously well. Paul tells me that already it started sleeting over across Arkansas, and reports already heavy amounts of sleet and snow. Already heavy amounts of snow or sleet has already accumulated. So beyond that point, do not take this storm lightly. A lot of people are making fun of this one, making fun of reports, but I want to tell you this before. The same thing. You do not want to make fun like this, because a system like this, even if you don't really pay, and leave you stranded in your own driveway. So make sure that you're definitely prepared. Stress, folks, that which always are not easy thing to forecast and track. I think so, but even you'll hear meteorologists talk about that. I'm not, I don't claim to be a meteorologist or anything, but what I will tell you is, please, folks, winter storms are among the most hardest to track with the mounts, tracks, and of course with any of the patterns that evolves, especially if there's any warm air that is involved within the storm itself. Once again, storm moving in later this afternoon, later this morning into this afternoon. Some pretty good freezing rain, sleet, also mixed in with some rain there. But once again, also wintry precipitation as we go throughout much of the day today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the winter mosaic radar and zoom on out of here. Give you kind of a wide view of everything that's going on. If I can we go to national? There we go. There again, there you see how big the storm is, producing some quite a bit of freezing rain and some snow over northwest Kentucky. Look out northeast Tennessee. This storm direction looks like it's fixing to get into north of Nashville there, Fitchers County, and look what is falling. Man, some of these amounts that are falling right now. Let me go and zoom in and kind of see how much snow is within that impact. Kind of zoom on in. I'm a little bit curious of how much snow that may fall within this. And right now it does appear it's not really showing me any detail of how much snow is in there. But anyway, anywhere from lighter to the darker is the heaviest amounts. And I would say anywhere probably from a quarter to half-inch an hour is falling within the snowfall bands as this storm system moves its way east. While the pink areas, the pink shaded areas, the darker pink is the accumulated sleet and freezing rain totals that are continuing to move its way east as well. I've even had some reports of some thunder sleet. So how about that? Please stay tuned to the Chattanooga Weather Desk as well as your local National Weather Service. And like I said, please do not take the storm lightly. As you can see from a far point of view here, all of this is already starting to change over to some freezing rain and sleet while the rain continues off to the south. So it is very possible that this low may move a little bit more south as the colder air starts to plunge down deeper. But we do not want to overtake the boundary. We want to kind of play the role as we go and keep you updated of the most safest and less hyped information as much as possible, as this system has already been hyped up enough. Have a safe night. Have a safe Monday out there. Please watch out. Once again, a winter storm warning is currently in effect. I do appreciate your patience, and if there's any questions, please do ask those, and I'll be glad to share some of those questions online. But for now, please be safe, and remember to safety is the very important key here. You don't want to outguess this thing, end up getting hurt. Please remain inside your driveway. If there is a threat of ice in your area, make sure that you're well prepared. My wife's already got the flashlights here. She's already got things that we need just in case the power goes out here at my Weather Track Center. Thanks for joining along. Maybe Jason Campbell and some of you guys out there, you'll see a good snow. Hopefully the warm air advection will not affect that. But even in the amount that it does, I don't see the warm air advection affecting it too much. Have yourselves a great day. Remember, stay safe, stay alert, and be ready. And that means weather ready, as the Chattanooga Weather Desk is a weather ready nation. Special thanks to Paul Baker Sr. and a few of the other guys who are helping me track this thing. Thank you so much. Let's keep these guys updated. And remember, please monitor your local National Weather Service. That's your best bet for all the latest watches and warnings. And if you need a second opinion, you could always come to Tennessee Storm Watch or Chattanooga Weather Desk and be able to keep you updated there. So once again, let me get one more view here of the latest radar before I exit out. There again, amounts moving into West Tennessee, mainly staying as rain over Louisiana, and more of a way of freezing rain and sleet moving into through Arkansas, West Tennessee areas where already some heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain amounts remain possible. Have yourselves a great Monday, everyone. I will see you again back here soon as the winter storm continues across Kentucky, Tennessee, and the northern regions of Alabama and Georgia.